What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video. We're going to try something new this week. So we're going to do rankings, and we've done rankings in the past, but these are the most up-to-date rankings as of Sunday morning. So usually we put them out early in the week, and then injuries and stuff come out. We've looked at all the injuries. We've looked at the possibility of, two players on a team at the same position, maybe starting quarterback-wise. We've removed the Thursday night players, so everyone has been removed from Houston and Philly on there, and we're going to move forward. So if you guys are interested, definitely stick around. We are going to go through probably the top 10 at each position, and then if you want to see the rest, in the description of the video will be all of the rankings articles there. So what we've done is we've gone through and ranked all the quarterbacks, I believe over 100 running backs, over 100 wide receivers, all of the tight ends, and even the defenses as well. So these are great for season long. If you've got a start 'em, sit 'em question, these are fantastic for DFS as well. I've got a player pool that I really like for DFS, for cash, and GPP. And what we're going to do is we've been killing it last week for DFS over on DraftKings. One of our optimal lineups hit 246, which was huge. So we've got great things going on. So if you guys want to subscribe, you can there. I know this is last minute, but if this video gets 30 likes and 30 comments, we'll post a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup down below. So just looking at the rankings, I think you can already tell, love me some Josh Allen here. He starts out with our number one ranking as the Bills head to Jersey to face Zach Wilson and the Jets this weekend. Looking at this, also, we are sponsored by Boom DFS. So if you go to our article and you click on this and sign up, you'll be able to use you'll use the link and deposit. If you deposit $100, show us proof that you deposit $100. You get the rest of the NFL DFS for free. So Boom Fantasy is awesome, more like prop bets, but you can prop bet there with the money that you deposit, and you get a full season pass of NFL content brought to you by us, which is FanDuel, DraftKings, GPP lineups, articles, cheat sheets, and we have sports betting as well. So looking at that, number one is Josh Allen. Like I said, number one, going to Jersey. Number two is Patrick Mahomes tonight versus Tennessee at home. Think it could be a shootout. We don't know if it's Ryan Tannehill. We don't know if it's Malik Willis. We don't know if it's both. As of now, Tannehill is a game-time decision. Regardless, I think Mahomes feasts. I think he could dominate here. Kadarius Toney looks good. I mean, he's got weapons. McCole Hardman. You've got a lot of weapons there. Looking for Mahomes. I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes throws 4 or 5 touchdowns here. So in DFS, you can't really play this one. Unless you play like the Sunday night, Monday primetime game. But love Mahomes number two. Number three is Kyler Murray. I know the whole, COD is out there. How's he going to do? Love Murray here. He struggles to start the game, it seems, but then he comes on strong. I have a bunch of stacks, and we'll talk about that if you subscribe, but I've got stacks of Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, Zach Ertz, or Kyler Murray, Rondale Moore, Zach Ertz. I love that here. Number 3 against Seattle. Should be a shootout on both ends of that. This is one of those where I'd game stack, so I'd go Kyler, DeAndre Hopkins, and then run it back with like Kenneth Walker, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Disley or Fant, whoever's going to be starting there for tight end. So I love the Arizona-Seattle game stack there. Number 4 is Lamar Jackson at New Orleans. I don't know what to think. I don't know what we're going to expect out of Lamar here. New Orleans Saints defense isn't the best, but they have yet to allow a touchdown to a tight end. Mark Andrews has let us down more than he's not let us down lately, so that's kind of there. But, I mean, Lamar's got the feet to move around, and he's got the other options in wide receivers there. Number 5 is Justin Herbert at Atlanta. I love this as a stack as well. There's a ton of quarterbacks games to stack today. Number 6 is Tua at Chicago. I will already have a Tua, Waddle, Hill type stack. I don't know. Mostert for GPPs, I don't know. Mostert for cash, yes, I think he's got the best matchup for running backs, but his ownership percentage is pretty damn high. Number 7 is Joe Burrow versus Carolina. Number 8 is Geno. Like I said, think this is going to be a shootout, so that's what we're looking at. Number 9, Justin Fields versus Miami. And number 10 is Kirk Cousins there. So if you want to see the rest of them, we've got them all. You just click the link, and it'll take you to this article. But we can go down here, and we can go to our rankings, and it'll all link it to rankings for running backs. So, number 1 running back I love this week, Austin Eckler. I know he had an abdominal injury or he had some sort of injury prior. As of Friday, he was off the injury report. I absolutely love him. Think he's going to beast out here. Don't be surprised if he has at least 2 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. But I do love this matchup against the Falcons. Number 1, Austin Eckler at Atlanta. Number 2 is Derrick Henry at Kansas City. I know he absolutely dominated last week. Someone won $25,000, but Derrick Henry with 2 touchdowns. I'm not saying he's going to get 2 touchdowns here, but if you're playing that single game there, or if you're playing the prime time, Derrick Henry's got to be in there against Kansas City. Kansas City's defense is better than it's been in previous years, but still love. It's Derrick Henry. Started off the season slow. A lot of people were like, should I trade him? And I was like, no, he's coming back. Let's go. Number 3 is Alvin Kamara. This one, okay, we knew he punched somebody. We knew that was happening. We knew it was going to be delayed until whenever. Video surfaced of it, though. And now that it's out with the public persona or perception, as of now, it looks like he's going to play. I know they were going to wait to suspend him or do whatever, have a trial or whatever till after the season. With the video coming out, it's kind of like the Ray Rice thing. The NFL knew what he did, knew he hit his girlfriend, knew there was video, but didn't do anything about it until the video was out because of public outcry. I don't know if that's going to happen here. I've got him number 3 right now. That is something to just kind of monitor up until game time. A shitty thing to do. I get it. He's been coming on strong lately. So, DFS, fantasy football-wise, I've got him at number 3. Real life, not so nice of a person. Number 4 is Josh Jacobs at Jacksonville. He had a massive game a couple weeks ago. Last week, not so much. He bounces back with Jacksonville here at number 4. Number 5 is Aaron Jones versus Detroit. I have so many combinations of Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Tonyan. I just have a Green Bay stack against Detroit. It's worked out every single week. Detroit has been an opponent. We've stacked against them at some point, and our lineups are pretty damn good. So you can check that out, fantasyteamadvice.com, and then you can go FTA Plus here, and you can sign up if you would like. Number 6 is Travis Etienne, running a bunch of lineups. I'm finding him in almost every single one of them against Vegas. Vegas's defense is terrible. We saw that last week. So it's hard for me to fade Etienne at all this week in any of my lineups. Number 7 is Kenneth Walker III at Arizona. Like I said, it's going to be a shootout. I've got exposure in a game stack there. Number 8 is Dalvin Cook versus Washington. Same thing. Love some Dalvin Cook as long as he's healthy. Number 9 is Ramondre Stevenson. Love him. Even when Harris is in, he still looks like he's the number 1 back, so I've got him. He's in my season-long league as well. And number 10 is Joe Mixon versus Carolina. I can't get away from Joe Mixon this week. So number 10 is Joe Mixon. Again, we have 96 running backs ranked, so click the links down below. Moving to wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, what's to say? Didn't score. I don't believe he scored a touchdown last week, but had damn near 200 yards. He's getting the ball. He's quick. He's getting yards after catch. I think he falls into the end zone this week. I do love this matchup as Hill and the Dolphins head to Chicago to face Justin Fields and their defense. So might be cold, might be rainy. Still think Hill has a fantastic week this week. So got him at number 1 here. Number 2 is Stephon Diggs at Jersey. I love a Bills stack here. I think it's going to be highly owned. Josh Allen's going to be the probably most owned quarterback on this slate. So if you're for cash, it's fantastic. If you're playing for GPPs, you're trying to win that $1 million, you got to get a little bit more creative. Number 3 is Justin Jefferson at Washington. let us down lately. We need to see Jefferson in the end zone. He's got the volume from Kirk Cousins. The problem, they just got Hawkinson from Detroit. We don't know what to say if it's going to take away from his target share. It should a little bit, but Justin Jefferson, that might be the thing he needs. They bring in Hawk, they double team Hawk, get the coverage off Jefferson, and boom, Jefferson has a 2+ touchdown game today. We'll see. I definitely could see that happening. Number 4 is Cooper Kupp at Tampa Bay. I like this one just because we know Kupp is eligible or able to get 100 yards every week. Tampa Bay's defense is pretty good, though, and Matt Stafford is turning the ball over a ton this year, so that's something to pay attention to. Number 5 is DeAndre Hopkins. It's very interchangeable to move Cooper down and put Hopkins up there. Love Hopkins here. Wouldn't be surprised in the shootout if he gets 100+. I could see 10 targets for over 100 yards for Hopkins this week. I love him there. Number 6 is Davante Adams. Let us down last week. Huge. He was in almost all of my lineups. He had the flu or flu-like symptoms. He played through it. Thought he was good enough if he played through it, but it did look like it affected him. He had 1 target, which is nuts. Vegas, Derek Carr, coaching staff, whoever's at fault, you have to get the ball to him more than once. If you want to even have a chance of winning, Davante Adams has to be targeted more than one time. That's just a fact. Number 7 is Amon-Ra St. Brown against Green Bay secondary. I absolutely love this one. I think with Hawkinson leaving Detroit, Amon-Ra's got it. Look for double-digit targets from him. Look for him to do things, especially against a Green Bay secondary that has been burned pretty much all year. Number 8 is Jalen Waddle at Chicago. I love Waddle here. I think he had 2 touchdowns last week. I wouldn't be surprised if he dominates again this week. Number 9 is T. Higgins at Carolina. And number 10 is Mike Evans at the Los Angeles Rams. And if you want to see the rest, click the links because we have 140 wide receivers ranked. Moving on to tight ends real quick. Every single week, if Kelsey's playing, you have to have him almost number 1. He's got the target share. I mean, he's that safety blanket for Patrick Mahomes. Like, he had 4 touchdowns one week, but he only had 25 total yards. So if they get down to the red zone and Patrick Mahomes is not comfortable with the looks he's getting, the wide receivers, the running backs, he's going to go to Kelsey. Don't be surprised if he scores 2+ this week. Sunday night primetime football, absolutely love Kelsey. Looking at that, we've got Kelsey at number 1 versus Tennessee. We've got number 2 Zach Ertz versus Seattle. Like I said, I love Ertz. He's finding himself in every single lineup I make with Kyler, especially in a shootout here. Number 3 is Gerald Everett at Atlanta. Love that. When I'm building a stack, I have a lot of Herbert, a lot of Palmer, who's very cheap this week on both sites, and I have a lot of Everett there mixed in with Eckler as well. Number 4 is Kyle Pitts versus the Chargers. Same thing, flip that. Pitts coming off that touchdown last week, had a good week, starting to come on strong with Mariota. They're getting that connection. Love that there. Number 5 is Tyler Higbee at Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay covers all of Cooper Kupp, all of the wide receivers, and whatever running back situations they throw out there in I don't know what's going to happen in the backfield there. I do like some Higbee. Number 6 is Robert Tonyan at Detroit. Like I said, target anyone against Detroit almost every single week. Their defense has given up an average of like 40 points a week. Love Tonyan here. I think he goes under the radar, but I've got him at number 6. Number 7 is Evan Ingram versus the Raiders. Number 8 is Taysom Hill versus Baltimore. Don't know what's going to happen here. Taysom Hill, some sites you can get him as a tight end. At some sites he's only listed as a quarterback. And like my Yahoo League, he's listed as tight end and quarterback. So just depends on what you're doing. If you're doing DFS, if you're doing season long, he might not be eligible for tight end in some of them. He throws the ball, can throw a touchdown, can receive a touchdown. He acts like a running back as well. It's crazy. But yeah, so Taysom Hill, number 8. Number 9 is Isaiah Likely. Like I said, though, at the beginning, Mark Andrews isn't 100% healthy. Don't know if he's going to play. Even if he plays, Likely could have a good game. The problem is New Orleans has yet to give up a touchdown to tight ends. So all of his production, if they don't get a touchdown there, would have to be from his catches and yards after catch. And then number 10 is Hayden Hurst. I've got him in a ton of lineups. If I built a lineup with Joe Burrow and T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd or Joe Mixon, Hayden Hurst was in there as well. So we do have 88 tight ends posted. So if you would like to see that, definitely check that out. Then we get to the defenses. Let's see. Let's get to defenses here. Bills, number 1. I don't think that's really a surprise. They're a really good defensive team going up against Zach Wilson, who likes to turn the ball over. Love them there. Number 2 is actually New England Patriots, depending on who's starting for Indianapolis. Haven't heard definitively yet, but I do like the Patriots, number 2. Number 3 is Tampa Bay versus the Rams. Number 4 is the Chiefs versus Tennessee. Don't know who it is. Regardless, I do like their matchup there. Number 5 is Cincy versus Carolina. Number 6 is the Dolphins at Chicago. Number 7 is the Vikings at Washington. Number 8 is the Colts at New England. Now, I do have the Colts as like a dark horse, Millie Maker type defense against in DFS if you're looking for, an under-the-radar type. If you're looking above that, I think that's you got to find those lineups for Millie Maker that are under-owned, but have a good matchup. I do like the Colts to be one of them, and the turnover-happy either Zappy or Mac Jones. Number 9 are the Baltimore Ravens at New Orleans with Andy Dalton. Would like it a little bit better. Obviously, it was Jameis because he loves to turn the ball over, but he's lost his starting role, it appears. And number 10 is the Packers at Detroit, just because Detroit has been bad. So there you go. Those are all of the rankings. If you want to check that out, I actually am going to show you. We've got the Vegas odds up there. We've checked it out. These are the Vegas odds. We've filtered it by implied points. So if you're building your lineups, you want to see what teams score the most, have the most implied points for this week. There you go, under there. Then you can go to, we have our cheat sheet, we have our optimal lineups, which is part of our premium content. Then we have our bets, which is also part of our premium content. I have yet to put bets out there this week so far, but I wanted to show you how good we've been sports betting. How good our sports bets have been this week. So while that loads big time, look at this. We've been killing it. I had it added up, but if you add it up, I believe we have a 70% win rate through the first 8 weeks of the season. Anywhere each week between 1 to 10 bets is what we've got, so you can check that out. But we've been dominating with the sports betting. Last week, we did a same-game parlay with the London game, won $160 on $5. I mean, these numbers are fantastic. Check these out. This is part of the premium content, which you can find at fantasyteamadvisor.com under the FTA Plus tab. Monthly pass, anything monthly and above, monthly DFS and sports betting, and anything above will get you the sports betting as well. So that's what I've got. Good luck. Let's bring them some bacon in week 9, guys.